Hello and welcome to the Ectohead channel. So, there it is. Donald J. Trump has posted on Truth Social disclosure, or at least the beginning of disclosure, the opening disclosure salvo, the first baby steps of disclosure, at least officially. Based on the tremendous interest shown, I will be directing the Secretary of War and other relevant departments and agencies to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files related to alien and extraterrestrial life, unidentified serial phenomena, UAP, and unidentified flying objects, UFOs, and any and all other information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters. God bless America. Well, God bless America indeed. Maybe that should actually read God bless Donald Trump. So what can we expect to grow from this seed of a post? What roots will take hold? How strong will the trunk of this UFO disclosure tree be? And will its branches spread far and wide? Well, I've got one word for you, or one acronym for you. ARO. A couple of days ago, we saw a little snippet of footage from Barack Obama. The person who's interviewing him in a quickfire round, I believe, says, "Are aliens real?" To which he responds, "Aliens are real, but they're not being kept in Area 51. And in a rather prankish fashion, beats Trump to the punch. It appears as though there's no love lost between Trump and Obama, and so, well, why not? The history books will show that Trump posted on Truth Social a very formal declaration of intent, and yet the history books will also say, yeah, but a day earlier, Obama actually outed it, didn't he? Really? Eh? But in spite of all the jokes and the pranks and the jocular behaviour between presidents, it's a big club and you're not in it. There is the post. When Trump came into power, he did so on a large mandate. He was going to make America great again. He was going to release the Epstein files. How's that going? And he was going to release the UFO files. And I think it's fair to say it's been a bumpy ride. But this is, in fact, the first step, the first real step, the first tangible step. And it can't be overstated. These few words posted on Truth Social are massive. History in the making, in fact. But does this mean we're going to get disclosure? No. This is the beginning of an interdepartmental civil war. For want of any better illustration, those on the side of Arrow, Kirkpatrick and Gough et al. Will start with great effort to stymie, to spoil the game, to trip up, to hide. We're going to see a lot of smoke and mirrors. And we, on the other side of that equation, will do our very best to support and to lend our collective weight via our voice to say, we are ready. This shouldn't be classified. And of course it shouldn't. The reality that we live in shouldn't be classified. We, the UFO community, as the audience to what will undoubtedly be massive theatre concerning disclosure over the next 12 months or so, and I say 12 months because we may as well have some kind of timeline. I have a feeling this will drag on for years. We will witness what will undoubtedly be a bun fight, a shit show, a massive clusterfuck, and it will very much resemble what's going on with the Epstein files, only worse, or potentially more comedic. We as the UFO community have been subjected to, for years, childish behaviour, where the powers that be continually do childish things in order to obfuscate the truth of the matter from us, blurring pictures being chief among them. But anyone who's in the know knows that the lack of disclosure hasn't been because of the alien presence. It's because of what the alien presence means. And specifically what the alien presence means in terms of technology, warfare, weaponization, and national security. All it took for any subject to get classified, whether it was related to the UFO problem or not, was whether it had a nuclear element attached to it. By which I mean if the object or subject or incident or whatever it might be had any kind of nuclear connection, it was instantaneously classified.
Great.
So here I sit along with everybody else, looking at this post and wondering in very real terms what it means. Broadly, it's tell us whether or not we're alone. Are there aliens? What do they look like? What do the craft look like? Just release the files. But it's not that simple. I think the people tasked by Trump to release this information will do their best to do so. They're operating in political systems that see them very much as hostile adversaries, and they've done everything they can to overthrow those systems. And I don't think this fight for someone like Hesketh, certainly, will be any different. No, the departments and agencies mentioned in this post by Trump are going to be in for one doozy of a fight. There will be claim and counterclaim, accusation and counter-accusation, and we, the UFO community, will be left to view this with some discomfort and not a little bemusement. And at the end of the day, when all is said and done, what we must do is to look at this post in the light that it was produced. Hope. Promise for the future. If you were to ask me personally about this, I would say that despite the interdepartmental infighting that is bound to occur, that will occur, what we eventually get will, in actual fact, be edifying. And I, for one, am glad that I am here for the ride. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. Do like, subscribe, and share. And until next time, bye-bye.